have your attention, gentlemen? May I have your attention?
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Jose Shorty Torres, the Titan FC Flyweight Interim.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Jose Shorty Torres, the Titan FC Flyweight Interim Champion.
Hey everyone, it's the champ, Yuri Navage.
Hey, this is Rafian Stott.
It's Bellator's Blair Tugman.
This is Bilal Muhammad.
Hey guys, this is Ted Check.
This is Ronald, this is Quiet Boy Solomon.
Hey guys, it's Brennan Allen.
This is Joseph Correa, founder of Frontproof Media.
Hey, this is Ed Carbajal.
Daniel Zaldivar from Frontproof Media and Frontproof Media.
Frontproofmedia.com.
You're listening to
You're listening to
Pure Evil.
Pure evil.
Pure Evil and
Pure Evil.
Pure Evil.
Pure Evil
Pure Evil MMA.
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 You're listening to Pure Evil MMA.
You're listening to Pure Evil MMA.
What's going on, everybody? It's Evil Eddie from Pure Evil MMA, frontproofmedia.com. It is officially fight night tonight. We got Valentina Shevchenko going up against Juliana Pena, but that's not it. That is not all that is on this card to grab your attention and bring you to your couch or the bar, wherever you're going tonight, to watch this card, because let me tell you right now, you're getting a free pay-per-view tonight. And I know we talked about it on the episode with Valentina. We actually had Valentina on episode number 35 of Pure Evil MMA. You guys can check that out right here on iTunes, podbean.com, and right here on the YouTube page if you're watching this live right now. So, since it's fight night, I had to bring somebody to talk odds, to discuss the odds. This is something new that we're doing here on Pure Evil MMA, and I brought my boy Garrett. And Garrett, what's going on, brother?
Hey, how's it going, bro? Thanks for having me.
Hell yeah. And you guys can find Garrett on Twitter. Garrett, what's your Twitter tag?
Yeah, my Twitter handle is Garrett K MMA. That's GARRETT K MMA. And you can also check out some of my articles on the MMAtakeover.com, where I do some of my breakdowns on the fights on the upcoming cards.
So, all right, we're going to hit this off, guys. There's a lot of great fights on this card, but we're going to hit it off right from the Aljo fight going up against Rafael Assunção tonight. Assunção kind of took a little bit of a break for a while, came back to have that rematch with TJ Dillashaw at UFC 200. Lost, but that was like the first time he lost in a while. Garrett, what are the odds looking like for this Aljo fight? Aljo really needs a win. He just got his last loss against Brian Caraway. Surprised a lot of people. What are the odds looking like?
Well, as it stands, when I first wrote my article, we have Sterling at a plus 130 underdog, and Assunção, I believe, is around a minus 150, 160 favorite. If you don't know what that means, if you want to bet a favorite, in order to win $100, you're going to need to lay out about 150 to 160 just to win $100. If you want to wager on Sterling, if you wager 130, you're gonna make about 160. So if you wager 100, you win 130. If you were to go on Sterling, that's how the odds work.
So listen, guys, both these guys are coming off a loss here. I feel really comfortable with putting my bet on Rafael Assunção, but don't sleep on Aljamain Sterling. There's a lot of people out there that want him to win, but I'm looking at Tapology right now to see what everyone out there is voting on here. It's very close. A lot of you guys looking for Assunção to win it. 56% of the vote actually for Assunção, which doesn't really surprise me. I mean, TJ's a tough fight, but Assunção didn't look half bad against him. Aljo getting that last loss against Caraway, but he still has that hype behind him. He still has that momentum that he's riding. If he loses this second one, that's going to really deflate his worth in my mind. But, seeing these odds, 44% of you guys are going for Sterling, 56 for a Sun Sao, kind of surprised me. I think Sterling would be a safer bet here, but Sun Sao is the tougher fighter. The question is, if Sterling could survive that first round, the oncoming storm of a Sun Sao, he has a better chance in the second and third round. I'm feeling more comfortable if you're going to bet in the later round against Sterling, but a Sun Sao right off the bat, very powerful dude in that first round. What are you feeling about this, Garrett? Where's your safe bet on this bout?
I'm taking Sterling in this one. I mean, he's a younger fighter. He's fresher. Sun Sao has been there, done that, but he's also getting older in his age. I don't think he's going to be able to stay with the movement of Sterling, because I know Sun Sao, I know he's aggressive, but he likes to counter. If Sterling's able to just stay on the outside, use his length, his speed, he only absorbs 0.9 strikes per minute, so he has a ton of movement. If he's able to move around with his fakes, he's going to be able to get in close and then eventually take a Sun Sao down, since he's a collegiate wrestler, so he's no slouch trying to take someone down and being able to hold them down and eventually take their back and submitting them. I feel Sterling being fresher, being faster.
He's got a 4-inch reach on him too.
Yeah, he's got all the tools and the intangibles to get the job done. He just has to stay composed and use his movement and his speed to be able to beat a Sun Sao in his aggressiveness moving forward and his I forgot.
Basically do the same thing that TJ Dillashaw did. Just move your feet, frustrate a Sun Sao, because like I said, he comes out strong, he comes out fast. But like you were just saying, he's the younger, fresher guy. He's got a great camp behind him, work with Matt Serra, Ray Longo there. And I listened to a bunch of the interviews. They got a great game plan for a Sun Sao. TJ Dillashaw executed a great game plan. That was the rematch. Originally, TJ Dillashaw lost against a Sun Sao. It's a close one. Those odds are pretty close there. I like a Sun Sao here, but it goes into the second and third.
I think that's his weakness. That's a Sun Sao's weakness, is fighting younger, faster strikers.
Yeah.
And guys who can wrestle. And that's what TJ Dillashaw did. He's being able to stay on the outside. He's being able to move, and a Sun Sao wasn't able to counter as much as he would like to. And then he was in Dillashaw just grinding him out to a decision victory.
So I know you don't have much time, so we're going to move through this card a little bit quicker now, guys. My vote's going for Aljo here. Looking at all the stats here, I'm going for Aljo. And moving forward, Sam Alvey versus Nate Marquardt. Marquardt was in a tough spot with his back up against the wall. Got that win over the Barn Cat. Sam Alvey's been on a 3-fight winning streak right now. This is a big fight for Nate. He needs another win. Sam Alvey, he's riding pretty right now. A lot of people are getting on his side and loving his post-fight speeches. What are the odds going into this one, Garrett?
Sam Alvey, I believe, right now is looking at a pretty solid favorite. He's at right now minus 150. I think Marquardt is standing at about a plus 135, 130 range from the last time I saw the odds on that. I feel like good odds when it comes to Alvey, even taking him inside the distance. You got, I think it's around plus 220 to 240 if you want to take him inside the distance, and if you want to take him to pretty much knock out Marquardt, I think it's around like a plus, I want to say close to plus 400. So you get 4-1 odds on that.
Hey Garrett, where do you recommend? Everyone's listening to this podcast about betting. Where do you recommend? Placing these bets. What app? What site?
When it comes to betting on UFC and MMA, I would go to 5 Dimes. I believe it's 5 Dimes EU. You'd have to search on Google. I really don't remember the because you're not allowed to do .coms, so you'd have to search on Google. But the best odds definitely come from 5 Dimes. Also, they're the only sports book that you're able to parlay prop bets. Parlaying is when you're able to put multiple plays together and get even greater odds. Like I was looking at placing like $5, just a small play on some pretty high odds, like taking Nagano like first round knockout, Cerrone by decision, Sam Alvey by knockout, and Pena by knockout. $5 can win you over $1,000.
Wow.
Just for $5. And 5 Dimes is the only sportsbook that allows you to do that.
Well, I know a lot of my listeners already play along with me and the rest of the Pure Evil Army on UFC Pick'em. But you know what? I'm trying to break into this odds game, and I've been doing a great job the past couple of years with my predictions. So this is something new here. So we're going to try this out tonight. I might put a couple dollars down on one of these cards. So make sure you guys follow me at Pure Evil MMA and at Evil_Echo. Make sure you follow Garrett as well. Garrett, for me, man, I'm going for Sam Alvey on this one. If I had to put $5 down on this card, I'm going for Sam Alvey. He's looked amazing all of 2016. Really putting it together there, man.
I do agree. I'm taking Sam Alvey as well. Neymar Cords hasn't been looking good over his last 4 fights. He's been knocked out twice in his last 4 fights. If he can't take Sam Alvey down, which will be very hard for him to do, since Sam Alvey has a takedown defense of 89%. That's 89% of the takedowns he's defended in his UFC career. Okay, and on top of that, he has such great stand-up. He's knocked out 6 of his victories. He's knocked out 4 of the guys and submitted 1 other. So he's finished 5 of his 6 opponents, and 2 of his last 3 victories, 1 was by submission and 1 was by knockout. And I see if Neymar is not able to take Alvey down, he's getting his head knocked clean off his shoulders.
Yeah,
with no problem.
He's definitely got to be careful here. And I love the faces that Sam Alvey makes when he's throwing those punches, when he starts getting vicious. I see this one probably ending early, in an early round fight. I'm going with Sam Alvey on this one. All right, moving forward, a very interesting matchup. Jason Knight takes on Bruce Leroy. Alex Caceres coming in here. Caceres coming off a loss against Yair Rodriguez in his last fight. Very young kid going up against an even younger kid. So this is fresh meat here. Alex Caceres lost his last fight, like I just said, but the 2 before that, he put together great wins. 12-9 record going against Jason Knight, who's coming off a win against our friend of Team MMA for Life. This is a tough one. This is a very close one. I say it's a flip of the coin. What's it looking like on the odds there, Garrett?
Jason Knight's a pretty decent favorite. He's looking at a -160 favorite. I think Alex Caceres is around a +135, 140 underdog. I believe more people are leaning towards Jason Knight on this one just by looking at how the odds are stacked up against him.
So a slight favorite, like 100, like for the people out there that don't really know, like below 200 is like a very close odd, right? It's like it could really go either way there, right?
I'm sorry, you were breaking up a little bit.
So like people listen to these odds, you say that like Caceres Knight is a -146 slight favorite, and Bruce Leroy is a +125 slight underdog. That's really close, right? Like what would be a significant time where you would bet on a fight, like if the odds are really above like -400 or something?
Well, it depends. I mean, there's not a lot of, if you're taking someone that's -400, there's absolutely no value in that fight at all. In that fight, you have to look at the props. Like this fight, you can wager on Knight because he's not overly too high of too much juice, as they would say. That you're laying a lot of juice. That's how they would call it. Like on Nagano, he's like -400, which is absurd. Sometimes people like that, and they'll take the underdog just because how good the odds are, which I understand that. But, you only have to put out a little to win a lot. Whereas if you bet on Nagano, you have to put out a lot to win a little. So in this case, you can wager on someone like Knight because he's only a -146 favorite, which is a pretty good odds. And you could take him winning by decision, which even gives you even better odds. I believe it's got to be a little better, maybe plus 120, 115. So you get some odds there, which is what I like to do. Most fights I'll take someone to win, and I'll take how they're gonna win.
Yeah.
For like maybe a quarter of my initial bet. So I'll put like $100 on, say, Sam Alvey to win, and then I'll put $25 on him to win by knockout.
Like a Damian Maia fight would be, without a doubt, you go for the submission win. You know?
Yeah, the odds won't be as great as, say, Sam Alvey knocking somebody out, but because Maia usually wins his fights by submission. So just like Ngannou, he's one that likes to knock people out, so his odds aren't substantial in that regards.
Here I am going with Bruce Leroy, though. I think, he's got great takedown accuracy, amazing defense, amazing accuracy with his striking, and he's unpredictable. This is something that Knight really might have trouble dealing with, is the unpredictability of Bruce Leroy. Remember the last fight against the young gun El Panther? It was just a spin fest, So I don't know. Bruce Leroy really has to take this serious, and he can get the win. He's been working with BJ Penn. He was actually helping BJ Penn get ready for his last fight. So I don't know. Knight's a beast, man. But this is a test for him. I'm going with Bruce Leroy here.
In my take, this is pretty much a wild card toss up.
Yeah.
You can give stats for days on both why each guy's gonna win. I just believe I'll take Knight in this one. I don't have faith in Alex Caceres. He hasn't shown me that he's gonna get a win here. To be honest, I feel Knight's gonna be able to grapple with him and out-grapple him and be able to stay on the top position for most of the fight and just ground him out. As long as Knight pressures him, that's where Alex Caceres is not going to be able to fight. He can't fight with his back against the cage. He needs to fight in space. He needs to be quick on his feet and be fluid with his strikes and his movement. And if Knight's able to cut off his movement and stifle him, he's just going to be laying on the floor the entire fight. And mind you, Knight has finished 67% of his fight by submission. No slouch on the ground, because people love to throw out there, Alex Caceres has great guard, this and that.
Jason's
but
got amazing
Knight's not a
jiu-jitsu.
slouch. Yeah, exactly. And then on top of it, Caceres has only finished 2 of his 13 bouts in the UFC, or how many fights he has in the UFC. He's only finished 2. And the last submission that he's had was 3 years ago. And the last time before that was even longer before that. So I don't see Alex Caceres being able to finish off Knight in any way, shape, or form. This is going to decision. I like Jason Knight by decision, even get even greater odds. I believe it should be around anywhere between plus 105 to plus 120, taking Knight by decision. Great odds there. You put a little, you win more. 50 may win you 65, 70. It's not a bad play there, and I really like Jason Knight in this one.
I like that, man. Yeah, if he gets this win over Alex, that'll be huge, because a lot of people talking about him. He got that last win over Dan Hooker. This is now his 4th fight in the UFC, Jason Knight. So he's really making a statement. A win over Alex Caceres will really put him on top of things. All right, it's gonna get interesting now. We're going to Arlovsky versus Francis Ngannou. This is a man who didn't know what MMA was a few years back. He was getting ready to train for boxing. His coach was like, no, listen, man, MMA is where it's at. Let's do that. Let's take that path. Now everybody is saying that this is the future champion. But he hasn't really worked or fought against any really big names out there. But he's displayed a lot of talent. His last fight really shocked Brian Stann when he got that submission win over, who did he fight? Anthony Hamilton. And then before that, his couple of fights before that weren't really big names. I mean, Luis Henrique, Curtis Blades. He's been putting on some dominant performances. Arlovsky is former champion. He's a beast when it comes down to crunch time, but his chin is not what it used to be. He's getting dropped over and over. Remember that fight with Travis Brown? It was just back and forth, both dudes going at it. Arlovski's last couple of fights haven't been that good. He's fought Barnett, Overeem, and Stipe. But let's talk about this. Those three guys are all top 5 guys. When you're talking top 5 guys, it's not going to be a walk in the park by any means. Arlovski's working with a great camp. A lot of people don't or really have counted Arlovski out. What are the odds here, Garrett? Let's discuss this.
Ngannou is looking like a glorified lock as far as odds shows. Last time I checked, a minus 400 favorite, which is absurd. I know Arlovski is he's a former champ, and he's still a tough fighter. So that's kind of being disrespectful and giving Ngannou that much of a favoritism in this fight. But there's no value in taking Ngannou straight up unless you have a bankroll that's, you're a little willing to lay $1,000 to win like 500, which is kind of ridiculous. So if you're looking to take Ngannou, you have to take him inside distance. Even that is still a little outrageous, minus 270. And I believe him winning by knockout might be a little better, might be closer to minus 200, minus 180. And you also have, I like the under 1.5 rounds. If you don't know what that means the fight has to end before it goes 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the second round. So as long as it's ended before that, you win. That's how the under.
Surprised if it does end before that.
Exactly. I mean, and those odds are 185. That's probably the best play in the board. And so, in terms of that fight, you can take Ngannou first round knockout. You might get a little closer to an even money on that. But there's not a ton of value in this fight whatsoever.
So what if I put $5 on Arlovski? Do you think that's a safe bet? Just throw it if he does win, because a lot of people are counting him out here. I think he has a lot better of a chance of winning than most people may think.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not a bad play because you're getting really good odds. $5 is going to win you probably, I think, 2 to 3 times the money that you put up. So $5 is winning you $15, 10 to $15, which is not bad. In that case, I would throw a little money on the underdog, even though I do think Ngannou is going to tear Arlovski apart. But it is fighting, and anything could happen.
Exactly. And Arlovski is definitely the veteran fighter here. I mean, he's almost on his 40th professional fight. Francis on his 10th fight, but he's making a huge statement so far in this weight division. This is a weight division of a lot of familiar faces, a lot of older guys. You only have a couple guys of fresh meat, which is Derek Lewis and Francis here. Arlovski's been fighting forever, it seems like, and when he does lose, he loses 2 or 3 in a row, and then he'll pick up like a 4-fight win streak. Will tonight be the start of his last run? If he can get the win, it would be a huge win for him. But if Francis even wins against Arlovski, there's still going to be doubters out there saying that didn't impress him because Arlovski has lost his last 3. He's 2 for 3 in his last 5 fights. Francis is 5 for 5 in his last 5 fights. The safe bet is Francis here. If you want to take the risk of Arlovski, you might be able to win 3 times the amount. So I don't know. This is a gimme here for Francis, but I like Arlovski. I like Arlovski here. All right, so moving forward, let's quickly do this. I know you got to go like ASAP. Cowboy versus Jorge Masvidal. Masvidal has a lot of fights. No one is really talking about him having the possibility of winning against Cowboy, strictly because since Cowboy moved up to this weight class, he's just been killing it. He's looked amazing. Jorge Masvidal, in his last 5 fights, he's won 3 out of 2. But he's only been finished 1 time. Cowboy's been putting together amazing combinations like Rick's story, like his last fight. against Matt Brown, and he's doing amazing things at this weight class. We're now seeing the Cowboy we wanted to see, not the diminished Cowboy at lightweight. What's the odds here going into this?
It looks like Cowboy is about a decent sized favorite. Last time I saw, he was about a 150 to 160 minus 150, 160 favorite here. Not a ton of value. So, if you really, what you could do, which I've told people to do, if you really like Cerrone and Ngannou, you can try to parlay them together.
Which means what? One more time, Garrett. Parlay.
Parlaying is when you're able to put a string of teams or fighters together into one play. Both have to win in order for you to win, which gives you better odds.
Yeah.
So if I were to take Cerrone at minus 160 and let's say take Francis Ngannou by like TKO, you probably win about 1.25 times your money. So you're winning pretty much. You put up 50, you win 70.
Yeah.
You get better odds, but it's also harder for you to win because you need both guys to win. They do call parlays sucker bets. I get that, but in this case, since the odds are kind of stacked against you, there's not a lot of value. It's not bad to play them together for a small amount.
So, like I said here, a lot of people are counting Jorge Masvidal out, which I really don't like. I think Jorge Masvidal does have a chance here. And like I said, he's only been finished one time before in the past. But if I'm looking here on Tapology, 79% of guys are going for Cowboy to win this fight. Jorge Masvidal, only 21%. Both these guys have amazing camps. Jorge Masvidal at American Top Team, Cowboy at Jackson Wang. And he does his own thing at the ranch down there. Yesterday was an awesome thing seeing him walk in with his grandmother. Jorge Masvidal thinks he's playing these mind games with Cowboy. You can't play mind games. It's not happening. There are no mind games when it comes to Cowboy Cerrone. I like Cowboy here. I'm picking Cowboy for this fight against Jorge Masvidal for a decision win. But I wouldn't be surprised if Jorge wins. I really wouldn't. What do you think here? Where's your money going?
I got Cerrone and by decision, especially by decision because the odds by decision are plus 169. Great odds there.
Wow.
Masvidal does not get finished, and neither does Cerrone. It's going to be an all-out brawl. I just feel there's going to be more significant strikes landed by Cerrone, and he's going to be able to avoid most of Masvidal's strikes because he's much longer. He's able to, stay on the outside where I feel Masvidal, I believe, is a little shorter than Cerrone, and he's going to have to get in close where Cerrone's going to be able to keep his distance with his leg kicks and his jabs, and he's going to be able to pick him apart with his significant strikes and I believe he's more technical striker than Masvidal is, and I believe he's just going to win in points by decision in the third round. And mind you, this fight should have been the main event, 5 rounds.
It could have been the main event, and that just shows how well the women are doing.
I feel like that's going to be the most exciting fight on the card, as most people believe as well. 2 great strikers, and I am ecstatic to watch this fight.
Yeah, which gets us into our main event, Juliana Pena versus Valentina Shevchenko. Now, I've been a huge fan of Valentina Shevchenko. I've been a huge fan of Juliana Pena. Going into this fight, though, things are getting scary. I don't really want to see either girl lose. But if you guys saw Valentina yesterday at the weigh-ins, oh my God, she is ripped. Looking amazing. She works with one of the best coaches in the game. Juliana, though, she's really mentally hungry for this fight. She really wants to get that win. She thought she was deserving of that fight with Ronda Rousey. But unfortunately, it went to Amanda. Rousey lost. This puts Juliana and Valentina in the range of that title fight. Valentina Shevchenko already fought Amanda Nunes. She did great in the second and third round. The judges obviously scored it for Amanda Nunes because she dominated her in that first round, but Valentina took Amanda down and really really put a show on that night. So going into this fight, I like Valentina. She gets better as the fight goes on. The first round is what I'm worried about here. I've been telling you guys this. I said it on the podcast. I said it on Evil Intoxicated. First round is what always worries me about Valentina Shevchenko and Juliana coming in there like a mad dog. Out of the last 5 fights, she's 5 for 5. Out of Valentina's last 5 fights, she's 4-1. What are the odds looking like here, Garrett?
It looks like Shevchenko, since I first started my my article, it was more closer. I believe Pena was a -105, favorite kind of underdog in a sense, and Shevchenko was around a -120. And now it's skyrocketed because everyone's betting on Shevchenko. She's about a -160, 165 favorite, where Pena is plus 130, 135. I love Pena at plus 130 or 135. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Someone in that caliber at plus 130, that's great odds.
So you're going for Juliana here.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Pena. I'm a fan of Shevchenko as well. But I've been watching Pena since, she ran through the Ultimate Fighter, ran through every opponent that was in her path.
Yeah.
I feel she's going to be the aggressor as long as she doesn't eat punches while she's coming in, which sometimes she does. If she's able to avoid those punches and be the aggressor that she is, she's going to get Shevchenko up against the cage where, mind you, I know Shevchenko is great in the clinch. She has great Muay Thai. But how much Muay Thai can you have when your back's against the cage? How much striking can you really do when you're just trying to hold an underhook so you don't get taken down? So I believe Pena is going to be able to take her down at will as long as she pressures her up against the cage. And then ultimately, I believe she has the top. She's going to be able to maintain the top position and just throw heavy strikes, heavy elbows. And I believe she could finish her with a TKO, with a flurry of TKO elbows and punches, which, by the way, is a great bet that no one really knows about. It's a great prop bet, and I'm giving this out to everybody. And you'll hear it here first. I'm the only person, okay? Only person that's betting on Pena to win by TKO or knockout at plus 800. Plus 800. That's 8-1 odds. Put $5, you're winning $40. Okay.
Put $5 down, you win $40. Wow.
$40. I've also in the past I gave out a 10-1 odd underdog. I told people to take Cody Garbrandt by decision, and those odds were plus 1,000. Okay. I've also told people to take Michelle Waterson inside distance at plus 480.
I actually got to talk with the Karate Hottie right before that fight. I told her to do that dance off that she did with Paige, and look what happened. They did that dance off.
That was great. And sometimes in MMA you need to take that risk because anything can happen. And I've been pretty spot on with some of these crazy odds. I know sometimes I've lost, but that's where you don't put a lot of money up. You put a little to win a lot.
So Garrett, we got I'm doing this live on Facebook as well. There's some people listening to us. People are rooting for Pena with you, man. Michelle Kryptonus saying, I am all for Pena. I love both their fighting styles, but love Juliana Pena. Like I said, I'm worried about that first round. Do you see it being finished early, or do you see it going to decision?
Yeah, absolutely.
5 round?
If Pena is able to be the aggressor, put her back against the cage, take her down, where Shevchenko doesn't fight well. She doesn't fight well on her back. She doesn't have the jiu-jitsu. She doesn't have the willing to take. Mind you, Pena is much stronger and much bigger than Shevchenko. Okay? She's going to be able to hold her down. It's going to be very, very hard for Shevchenko to get up with her on top of her, throwing elbows. Okay? So if Shevchenko can, stop the takedowns, yeah, she has probably the advantage and could possibly win the fight. But if Pena takes her down, I don't see Shevchenko winning at all. I can't see it.
Well, we've seen Shevchenko on the ground before. She can handle herself there, but she's not going to do much to you there. It's on the feet where she is an absolute stud. Like I said, the first round of the Holly Holm fight, she lost, but then came back, won the second, third, fourth, and fifth. Let's look at the Amanda Nunes fight. If she had 5 rounds that night, man, I swear she would have won. She lost the first round, even got taken on her back. Second and third came right back, and that's what you see in champion. That's what you see in champions. They lose the first round. All right, they go to the corner. They get 1 minute. What do I do to change my style? Usually you don't see much of a change. Valentina always makes the perfect changes after that first round. Adjust. You see that in champions. He is the #1 ranked fighter for a reason right now. This is going to be an all-out battle tonight. I'm at the edge of my seat here. Tapology people are saying 66% are going with Shevchenko and 34 for Penna.
Yeah, that seems about right. But like I said, everybody was on Ronda Rousey. Okay, everybody was on Ronda Rousey while I was on Amanda Nunes.
Yeah.
Everybody thought I was crazy. Look what happened. Everybody was on Miesha Tate. I was on Rocky. Okay. Everybody thought I was crazy. I said Rocky was gonna beat her into retirement. She retired right after the fight. I mean, not gonna say. I believe I'm very good at what I do, and I believe Pena can get this done. I've said time and time again, I believe she should be the champion. She should be the one fighting for the belt for the longest time, and she's gonna prove that tonight.
We're gonna wait and we're gonna see. Like I said, Juliana's mentally hungry. She wants this so bad. Valentina really wants that rematch with Amanda. She wants to be the champion. This could go either way. Make sure you guys let us know who you're voting for tonight at Pure Evil MMA on Twitter and also on Facebook.com at Pure Evil MMA. Garrett, thank you so much for coming on and talking odds with us, brother. I'm looking forward to the next time we can discuss. I think this went very well, and we should definitely make a future of this, man. Really quick, where can everybody find you? On Twitter?
Oh yeah,
Facebook?
my Twitter handle is Garrett K MMA. You can also look at my articles on the MMAtakeover.com. You can even follow them as well at the MMA Takeover on Twitter. But also, guys, remember, place your bets responsibly, wager within your means, and know your bankroll management. Don't bet more than what you can. Do not lose more than what you can handle. Always remember that.
I think it's very important that you definitely stated that, because I know a couple of guys that get a little crazy, a little upset if their fighter doesn't win. So thank you so much, Garrett, for coming on Pure Evil MMA. Like I said, let us know who you think is going to win tonight. You can tweet Garrett, you can tweet me at Pure Evil MMA, and I think we're going to be aiming for one hell of a fight. This is a spoil. This is a pay-per-view card that we are getting for free. I'm looking forward to talking about it with everyone tonight. And most of all, guys, behave yourselves.
DJ Payne 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Jose Shorty Torres, the Titan FC Flyweight Interim Champion.
Hey everyone, it's the champ, Pure Innovation.
Hey, this is Rafian Stats.
It's Bellator's Blair Tugman.
This is Bilal Muhammad.
Hey guys, this is Ted Check.
This is Ron, Quiet Boy Stalin.
Hey guys, it's Brennan Allen.
This is Joseph Correa, founder of Frontproof Media.
Hey, this is Ed Carbajal.
Daniel Zaldivar from Frontproof Media and Frontproof Media.
Frontproofmedia.com.
You're listening to
You're listening to
Pure
Evil.
Pure Evil.
Pure Evil.
Pure Evil.
Pure Evil
Pure Evil MMA.
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 You're listening to Pure Evil MMA.
MMA.
You're listening to Pure Evil MMA.